The Lincoln Wishlist sales event is happening now. Here's what's on everyone's wish list. Enjoying holiday jingles with brilliant 3D audio that surrounds you? Check. Watching snow flurries through the panoramic Vista roof? Check. Packing up presents with the spacious Lincoln Splitgate? Check. Everything you want. All standard on the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV. Visit your local Lincoln retailer or learn more at Lincoln.com for exceptional offers on 2025 Lincoln vehicles today.
Hey friends, this is Audie Cornish, host of CNN This Morning and The Assignment, and guess what? Every story you care about, every angle you want unpacked is now streaming on CNN. That means you can catch my show or other CNN programming whenever you want on your favorite device. And a subscription also gets you access to exclusive video series and unlimited articles. So subscribe to CNN at cnn.com/subscription.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku. And it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel. So whenever we come up with a topic and then we have to go out in search of movies, it's almost like, if you will, a quest. A quest to find the movies in which a quest is part of the story, and here to quest with me, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, but I would like to quest a question.
Quest away.
I'm kidding. I actually have no question.
All right.
To ask.
So in looking for a quest movie, so actually let me put it simply. What is a quest movie to you?
Quest movie. I love a good road trip movie.
Fair.
And in my mind, it's a quest. They have a destination in mind and they have a goal in mind, whatever it be. So they're questing for shall you say, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Fair enough. When I was looking through quest films, right, and I was going through movies that I've watched and whatnot, I found that a lot of the movies that were kind of coming to mind all had at the center of it all some kind of MacGuffin. And if you don't know what a MacGuffin is, dear listeners, let me explain. So the MacGuffin is basically a device or object or whatever that has the ability to solve the plot of the film. The MacGuffin is whatever you need to save the day. I found the MacGuffin was a center point for a lot of the movies that I was coming up with. And that doesn't even necessarily nail it down to genre itself, because my genres are a little all over the place. But, no matter what the quest is, whether it be a quest to a destination, a quest to a goal, or a quest to get a MacGuffin to save the day, we have our 3 films each. So, Carrie, I'm going to let you kick off this quest with your Keep Quest film.
I wish to ask you 3 questions. What is your name?
My name is not Zaphod Beeble Brox.
What is your quest?
My quest is to get to the end of this episode without needing a stiff drink.
What is your favorite color?
Teal.
Wrong! I chose to keep and always will enjoy the Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail.
I mean, it's basically in the name itself, right?
It very much is.
You want to talk about the very definitive quest film.
I kind of mailed it out. But I love this movie. It is infinitely quotable. Fishy Lavash! Fishy Lavash!
What did he say? Get the cow. Oh, fetch your lavash.
It's just a flesh wound.
Oh my God, Holy Grail is... I don't know if it's the best Monty Python film, but it is one of my favorites.
Oh my God, it is. I think.
Is it though?
It's a bold statement, but this is my favorite.
See, I always leaned more towards The Meaning of Life.
You know, it's so funny because my dear grandmother always loved Life of Brian, and I could never get behind it. I tried to watch it with her, and I tried to see it from her very British humor side. But to me, it's all about Monty Python and the clicking the coconuts as they're, merrily hopping away on their quest.
Okay, but Holy Grail does have the ultimate meta ending because you have all these knights in the middle of the field, and then a bunch of cops come and take them out. It's a cop-out. It's literally a cop-out ending.
Yeah.
Like, and now people are sitting there listening going, oh crap, it is.
My God.
Okay, I can see though where Life of Brian has something over all the other films. Life of Brian may have in its soundtrack one of the best Monty Python movie songs of all time, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. Whereas Holy Grail, you do have Knights of the Round Table. You have some songs in there. And of course,
are the knights who say nip.
But then Meaning of Life, you have Every Sperm is Sacred in that movie. So I think Life of Brian wins from a soundtrack perspective. I know I lean more towards The Meaning of Life for my movie perspective, but I cannot disagree with a keep pick that includes the Holy Grail. That is stellar. For my keep pick, I'm going much more modern. I'm going with a movie that is basically the very definition of the Easter egg, because the entire movie is one big giant Easter egg. I'm going with Ready Player One. Now, I know there are some people right now who are listening who will sit there and say, yeah, but it's not the book. I never read the book. I got to enjoy the film without having any preconceived notion of what was actually in the original Ernest Cline book. So I didn't have things that were missing. I didn't have things that were changed. I got to sit back and watch on the big screen this massive, giant, every single fandom thrown at the audience to the point where you wanted to freeze frame every shot of this movie to identify every single character that's on the screen. This is the movie for why 4K exists. Because you want a big picture. You want the ultimate resolution in this film. It is so well done. And the CGI is so immersive. And I don't know if there's any other film that is so CGI reliant that looks as good as this film. And also, Olivia Cooke shines in this before she got to shine in House of the Dragon. But yeah, Ready Player One, pure freaking geekery. That is the very definition of trying to find the MacGuffin at the end. For my watch film, I feel like I need to defend myself a little bit. So many episodes on this podcast. Our good friend Sean Faust was on the show, and we watched a film that I watched as a kid. He watched as a kid. And I remember I was so stoked because I'm like, oh, I love this movie. I love this movie so much as a kid. Then I watched it again. And I don't think it holds up to that memory of that film, or at least my memory of that film. But I do still appreciate what it meant for me at the time. And there's parts of it that does still hold up. Of course, I'm talking about Krull. And this was such a movie of its time because there were points where it's like, okay, so we're going to take a little bit of this, we're going to a little bit of Star Wars, and we're going to take a little bit of, whatever fantasy property we have here, and we're going to give them like a cool ninja star type weapon because it was the 80s and ninjas were cool too. And not to mention the fact that Tron was out there as well with the discs and like the frisbees of doom or whatever, and things were flying and all that. So the glaive was literally the ultimate coolest badass 80s weapon of all time. Cooler than lightsabers, cooler than ninja stars, and cooler than Tron discs, because guess what? It was all three all at one. And then you have the way that he tried to fight like the demon in the mountain or whatever with the glaive and controlling it with his mind, kind of like the Force. And it felt like Tron and Star Wars and ninjas all at one time. Krull in the 80s was kind of like what Sucker Punch was when it came out. And you had Zack Snyder throwing the everything that's cool into one film and pray that it makes sense to somebody. I can see why someone who liked Krull would like Sucker Punch. It's the same kind of vibe. Is it cool? Yes, put it in. Is it cool? Yes, put it in. How much cool do you want in here? Yes. That's the only answer. Does it make sense? Doesn't matter. It's cool. Put it in. That was Krull in the 80s. It hurts because, we have movies where we watch it back in the day and we're like, oh, so awesome. Then you watch it again. It's like, oh. Like, I'm sure there's a movie from the 80s, Gary, where you go back and you watch it and you're like, why did I like this?
I can give many examples.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I go back and watch them, I'm like, that's interesting. What was it that I saw from my youthful eyes, my young perspective, that drew me to this movie? Or at what point did I get old?
I think that's kind of it. What point did I get old? Oh, movies. Keeping us forever youthful and constantly making us guess how we got to a point where we cry out in pain every time we move our knees. All right, Gary, what is your watch pick?
It's funny because you talked about fandom, and my watch pick is all about that and how fans can sometimes get a little too involved. I'm talking about Galaxy Quest.
How is this only your watch pick?
Well, because, obviously Monty Python.
Fair.
Right?
Yeah. To take the backseat to anything Monty Python, I get it. But Galaxy Quest, it almost feels like
so
a disservice to Galaxy Quest to put it as a watch film.
Not necessarily, because believe me, I would go back and watch it anytime. Like, it's,
Okay,
do I go out of my way to put it on? No, but if it's playing, you're damn right I'm going to be watching it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. In any other category where it would qualify, does Galaxy Quest list as a keep?
Well, yeah. If we're talking Tim Allen movies, you bet your ass it's my keep.
Sam Rockwell movies?
Ooh, that's not fair.
No, it is totally fair.
See Spy, keep watch pass and you'll get a different story. Because I do, you know what? Okay, if we were to do Sam Rockwell, I do not know.
Movies. If we were to do Sam Rockwell movies. Complete the sentence, Gary. Otherwise, it's a very different sentence.
That becomes a dance. Because,
Let's mumble.
Okay, so Mr. Right, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, Galaxy Quest.
There's also Moon as well, yeah. Or Argyle.
Argyle was fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
I get the feeling a movie starring Sam Rockwell episode would break you.
It would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Sigourney Weaver then? Is Galaxy Quest a keep or a watch when it comes to Sigourney Weaver?
Ooh, you got Ghostbusters in there.
I know, don't you? And Aliens.
There is no Dana, only Zool. Yeah, Alien, I don't know. That was hard to watch with the slimy.
Bleh. Okay, so you don't like things that drool and goop and whatever and throw up. I get it. I understand.
That would be fascinating, though. Or Alan Rickman.
There you go. Is Galaxy Quest a keep or a watch when it comes to Alan Rickman films?
Well, see, I didn't study for this assignment, so I don't have these canned answers.
Well, you brought a knife to a gunfight, and I'm sitting here saying, do you want to play chicken?
No, I brought my little phaser. What is it? The call button that they can.
Well, clearly you need to go find a beryllium sphere to power your choices here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But no, Galaxy Quest is it's so beyond. This is proof that box office never should dictate how good a movie is. The critics liked it. The fans liked it. Didn't do well at the box office. This is a home movie hero. Absolutely. And another good reason to have physical media. But now we get to your pass pick. Now that I've completely thrown all these Galaxy Quest actors your way, what's your pass Quest film?
As you wish, my love. I am passing on a Carrie Elwes movie, but not The Princess Bride.
I was about to leap across this table, throttle you, and say, what have you done with Carrie?
I know.
If you had passed on The Princess Bride. And right now, people are looking at their stereos going, she's not going to do that, is she?
Going, what? What did she? What? No, I'm passing on The Quest for Camelot.
Fair.
And animated. He voiced the prince, right? But, you know what? I think maybe if it were live action, I love the concept of it. I guess the dragon would be, really hard to do. CGI, the derpy dragon. But I don't know. I think that in comparison to the Quest for the Holy Grail or the Search for the Holy Grail, I think, you know what? It's been done so many times. Like,
I get it. And it is hard sometimes to take something of classic literature and bring it to an animated setting. I understand. Carrie Elwes is interesting too, because obviously people will look at The Princess Bride and say the man can do no wrong, and then they'll take a look at the ending of Saw and go, the man can do no right. Like there's no in between.
Oh, and this isn't a knock on his performance, his voice performance, if you will. But I just think the overall concept of the movie, again, done to death. I get, though, and I do respect that they're bringing a classic tale to a younger viewing audience. And kind of, you know what, there's elements of history and yeah, I don't know.
Stop selling literature to the little ones. It's not going to work.
It's a good idea, but kind of fell flat on this one.
All right. Well, I'm going with a character from literature, remade from the 80s films. Not done well, though. And it's funny because when we covered the 2011 remake of Conan the Barbarian on the show, I went into that episode going, oh, you know what? I remember this to be pretty good. I remembered wrong. It's not that good. Now, Jason Momoa as Conan, no beard, makes sense. At the time, and still today, it's hard to picture anyone else acting today who could step into the movie as Conan the Barbarian and pull it off. Momoa had the look. He even had the act. Ron Perlman as his father makes the film so much better. But he gets killed in like the first half hour of the film. And then the film goes downhill from there. Ron Perlman brought heart, character, and so much gravitas as Conan's father. But after that, you've got Zim, the man who's looking to put together this mask, a MacGuffin that would allow him to be able to cast a spell to bring his wife back from the dead. Meanwhile, his daughter is, really has this, want to bang her own daddy kind of issues kind of thing. It's really, really weird. And I feel bad for Rachel Nichols because normally I like her. I thought she was fantastic in the first G.I. Joe film. I thought she was amazing in Continuum. but she's okay in this, but the script does her no favors whatsoever. This felt like a beginner run game of Dungeons and Dragons, but like a beginner level, right? And even when it was released in theaters, the CGI is, the 3D is not good, right? It's one of those films where you had to question why 3D was a thing in theaters at the time. Yes, 3D got better. This was not one of those better films. You could have had so much more with Jason Momoa as Conan, but the film doesn't really live up. It's a meh, which is not how you want to rebuild a franchise. All right, we have reached the end of our quest. So, Carrie, remind our listeners what your 3 picks are when it comes to Quest movies.
All right. I am keeping Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail, watching Galaxy Quest, and passing on Quest for Camelot. See what I did there? I see. If you were to go the Quest for Holy Grail, then I would have a trifecta of questery.
Yeah,
I would,
but you don't.
A triple quest.
A triquestual?
Yeah.
It's not a word.
That's not a word.
It's not a word at all.
No.
Right now, Funkin' Wagnalls is calling me up going, it's not a word. The Encyclopedia Britannica would like to have a word with me. All right, I am keeping Ready Player One. I am watching Crawl, even though it's not the film that I remember from my youth. And I am passing on 2011's remake of Conan the Barbarian. Gary, thank you so much for this. And to you, our dear listeners, until next time, you guys know the drill. If there is a topic out there that you want us to cover on Keep Watch Pass, or a movie that you think is unfairly maligned, hit us up on social media at NotThatBadcast, or go to our website at NotThatBadcast.com. Until the next show, she's Carrie, I'm Jay, you guys are awesome. This is Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel, and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.